Man, I say, whoa, now there. It's your boy, the 2 plus 1, back with another video. And I've made other videos or content in relation to the black community. The ghetto, I guess, community mindset, I'm under the belief is only a small population of blacks in totality. However, the culture that they promote to us, feminism, whoredom, gangsterism, drug use, uh, 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 being overly sexual, or whatever the case may be, jugging and finesse and so on and so forth, has an overreaching effect on blacks in totality. You can go to a job, and I've been in professional environments where the black people are totally unprofessional. Just because you have doesn't mean you yourself are professional or conduct yourself with a certain decorum. Okay, I don't want to work for the white man, but working with or around, like I've had most of my issues working with black ran organizations, like the not being timed. They try to mess you up on your pay, and it's like you can't deal with niggas, but you're trying not to deal with white folk. Like during my years of attempting sobriety, initially I went to like black rehabs on it. Man, it was crazy, bro. I said, man, I'm gonna find a white man and get me some treatment. Cause at least with him, and he got his, but at least you know what you're getting. At least there, things are clear cut. Um, Again, I draw back to me living in a small town here in Maryland, and I rode through a particular main street yesterday about 9:30, and whereas though there were some young underage girls with booty shorts on and halter tops or sports bras, maybe like 7 to 8 of them, and they were all twerking and making videos, right? Okay, cool. I do whatever I'm doing. I slide back past on my way home, roughly about 11, and they were still out there. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, where are the grown folks at? Where are their male family members? But I can't necessarily completely hold them accountable because I know in my own personal life when you attempt to do that, or to, just come with any kind of order or wisdom, they despise you for it. And not only will they despise you for it, right? They'll attempt to hurt your name, your financial whatever, you know what I'm saying, for calling them out in love on some craziness. So you're either, okay, I do this, or, and potentially run afoul or have my personal situation jammed up, or I stay far away. It's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't. And is it even worth it? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times as a black man, it's hard out here to, make moves and, you know, navigate the minefields that are set up, you know what I'm saying? And then an attempt to, help others, which is noble, but I don't know if it's necessarily wise. Because like a lot of my hurt and pain has come from the people I did the most for. You know what I'm saying? And they still them. You know what I mean? Like the help I offered didn't help. I got used. And then when I stop, they attempt to turn around and F me over. You know what I'm saying? This is wild, yo. And I'm also under the belief, I don't know. I know in the word talks about coming out from among them and so on and so forth. But I'm having a hard time in my little heart of hearts just completely writing. Now, most black people, but I'm talking about the youth though. It's hard for me just write it because they don't know no better. They just, being thrust into this and a lot of times haven't seen anything different. The preacher man on the take, they haven't seen a real man, you know what I'm saying? And if they do, or if he's around, he seems terrible, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody's bringing them under any kind of subjection to any degree. You know what I mean? Like, for real, bro, I'm kind of lost with this shit, bro. I guess, And then, okay, I run for, local government. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how far that would go, because then I would be somewhat subject to certain rules and regulations, and you know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, okay, do it on your own. But then I got to figure out how to, work, maintain, do this, do that, and then do it. Um, I don't know, man. It's sad, bro. Like, this is actually more vexing to me than anything I got going on personally, because I do actually give a damn. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Like, when people perceive you actually care, they'll use it against you. They'll try to use you up. Or they'll despise you. You know what I'm saying? How you despise the help? You know what I mean? And I understand that more from a spiritual connotation. But I'm just lost, bro. And like when I seen them little girls that night, man, my heart broke because maybe in a spiritual sense, I see them being prepped for whoredom. And then we got this, and then it's almost creating a pedophilic environment, right? So say I'm 40, right? So I can find it completely unwise to deal with any woman of my age range, a black woman rather, due to the fact the baggage, you know, the indoctrination, just the headiness, the whatever. It's a waste of time, right? So then who do you mate with? So I find other nations of women more attractive. But I could actually see how those who are more predatory in nature would then start preying on these young girls who are outside 11 o'clock at night, half naked. You see what I'm saying? And it's not like they're coming to save or to lead. They're getting the new crop before they get destroyed. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm pretty much certain that if I were to look at their family dynamic, this has been generational. Their grandmamas was out that mob. So what are they going to teach them? Very seldom do I see, like, okay, say me, right, who's been, incarcerated, addiction, street issues, whatever. I don't promote that shit. I give brothers the real game. Here's where all this shit gonna end. And I give them a tangible solution, and I'll help you. However, nobody comes to help. Or nobody comes, like, man, can you take me to this interview? Or you was talking about this welding jump around by your crib, yo, could you give me a ride? Or I go get the information for you. Now, they're proud of me and say, oh, man, you're doing great. But they themselves don't want to do it. I had a partner of mine prior to me going into treatment who, not notorious, but, he had issue with smoking coke. You know what I'm saying? Me and him was rapping one day drinking beer. He was talking about he was going to get a CDL. So, me, I'm like, yeah, cuz that's what's up. He's like, man, what's a lot of information? I said, man, you should probably just take one weekend, the next weekend, right? And just say, I'm locking in all weekend. And I'm just getting in these books and that's all I'm doing. You know what I mean? I had seen him. He was on his way to school. And I was just getting off of work. We spoke and passed, da-da-da. Then, as time proceeds on, I ended up going to treatment in Baltimore. The next time I seen, it might have been about a year later. He had a dually truck with some Texas tags, a Hellcat, and his whole feng shui was different. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, that's what's up. I call my hero. But that's like seeing a brother, try that's inspiring to me. And now, for someone who, used to be a thief and so on and so forth, he's the most functional, and not just financially, but what he had to do to put himself in a position to be, where he's at financially. He might have been the run of the litter or the crazy man, but now he the one with the most sense. It's, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. And it really, it's a burn because I do want to help. Like, I want to be like, the black leaders of old that got shot. You know what I'm saying? But I also think, like, how effective would they be in today's time? You know what I'm saying? Because we're too like, and I keep going back to this, like, we're not actually begging for freedom. We're actually begging for a more comfortable enslavement. You'll beg, your employer for a raise. But you won't take that money that you make from that job and say, man, how can I start my own thing? You know what I'm saying? Because there is a certain amount of comfortability in someone else having, you know, running the company and you guaranteed this, so say. And I know in my own personal life, it's very, like, you have to step on faith when you're trying to establish yourself in and of yourself. Business-wise, financially, socially, whatever. And it's just easier to stay on the plantation. But the way my brain's set up, it don't agree with my spirit. Like sometimes I get tired, I'm like, man, alright, whatever. But then something else is like, nah, man, this ain't where it's at, cuz. Man, we want more, yo. It's got to be more than this. This place, from where I'm at with it now, offers me nothing. Whether it be, or the opposite gender. Not saying there aren't those out there, but from what I see on a daily basis, from a characteristic standpoint, I don't really feel like being social because ain't nobody talk about nothing. Nothing I want to hear, nothing I can use. And then nobody's going to put in the work. So on that note, I'll holler at y'all back. Ooh, ah.